Hello, Jen Gilchrist here. I'm excited to be here with another weekly reading for September 3rd through 9th, 2018. I'm going to be working with the Mother Mary deck. Because as I tuned in, actually all weekend, I've kind of been hearing that this theme of forgiveness would be really, really, really helpful right now for everyone, right? We're still in this Mercury retrograde. It's ending on Thursday here in the Pacific time here, the time zone. It might be different depending on where you're at. But Thursday, the Mercury retrograde ends, and then we have that shadow period through the weekend. And so we're kind of in this space where utilizing forgiveness, like sinking in and really doing a little bit more inner child work, forgiveness towards self, towards others, towards money, towards God, towards everything, right, is going to be really, really helpful right now. And sometimes, the holidays will bring up the family dynamics and other things as well. So I'm going to have a resource I'll put in the comments for you. That's a free forgiveness freebie, because I really felt like that's important. And even doing this with yourself, like forgiveness towards yourself, forgiveness towards money, again, just all different areas. I feel like ex relationships, parents, there's always deeper levels of that. And that will yield a lot of blessings. It's really going to allow your heart to open and for you to be able to really receive more and step into your power more. It's really going to help you really just be more authentic to who you really are, right? So I put that in the comments below. And I think on Wednesday, if you're not part of my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group, private Facebook group, maybe I'll lead us through that kind of a ritual. Perhaps I do a Wednesday training there. And then also Friday's the new moon. So we'll do something for that there. So you can always search that and join us if you'd like. But let's go ahead and get started on this week's reading. Say hello as your All right, we got some messages here. Sometimes I think, I'll do 3, and then, whatever wants to happen happens. All right. Oh, okay, guys, you can't make this up. The first card is forgiveness, right? That's hilarious. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me anymore these days, but that's pretty funny. So you saw me pull it. Check out my forgiveness freebie. There's 4 steps. It's like bless, release, receive. It's really a process that I take you through to go deeply into healing. And there's also a guided meditation with Archangel Michael to support you in that. So I would check out that freebie below, but let's go ahead and just read the card. Forgiveness. I am willing to release old resentments so that I can enjoy my life. That's a really powerful message. This is really about, we're opening our heart, right? Really allowing ourselves to let go of any old resentments that we have towards other people, especially many of us had in, the Venus retrograde in October, November really brought up a lot of karmic endings, relationships, patterns, things like that we're really being called to go deeper to heal. You may have already done a lot of work on it, but there's always more to go. And if it's coming up for you, then there's more there. Another aspect is with yourself. Like sometimes we can, eventually we have to get this space of, even if we were, you're releasing your exes or past dysfunctional relationship patterns or whatever's coming up, for instance, you have to eventually forgive yourself for betraying yourself, for staying in it. We have a part within that karmic cycle as well. And so eventually we need to really work on forgiveness with ourselves, with our inner child. Really just giving that tender, loving care is really important. The other thing I'm feeling like saying that this card reminded me of is, as we're really expanding our energy, for those of you that are really aware of like the expansion in our chakra systems, the opening and receiving of more energy in the ascension process, our heart and our high heart is really opening. And so something that I've been called to do is really like put a little notification in my phone to remind myself to be grounded and open my heart, because it's like we're resetting our set point. Naturally, we unconsciously kind of start to, our heart just kind of closes to where it's comfortable. And so really just reminding yourself to literally open it and reset how open your heart can be just throughout the day is really helpful as well. This is really a heart healing and your ability to receive, and again, stepping into power. And again, now the next card is giving and receiving. So I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. So I think I got this card last week somewhere. I don't remember where. But it's about that balancing that masculine and feminine. It's about giving and receiving. It's about allowing yourself to be receptive and generous. Both are important. So if you're feeling like you're white knuckling money, or if you are, holding onto something tightly, well then like let go. See if you can let go and maybe be generous, maybe leave I don't know, it's almost like just being generous, however you want to tithe your money, or give to somebody that's less fortunate, perhaps. If you're holding on to your money tight, that's going to open you up into a receptive space to receive. And also just the generosity vibration as well. Yeah, it's like giving and receiving. Also feeling like gratitude list. Like gratitude list is a really simple thing, but man, it will shift your energy as a lot as well. Because sometimes our mind can start getting focused on the things that we don't have. And so it's like bringing that attention back to the things that you already do have, that you're already blessed with, will really yield more blessings as well. It's actually a manifestation tool as well. All right, so the next card is Devotion, and this is the Mother Mary deck by Doreen Virtue. And it says, as I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I'm clear about what to do next. So this is really, being super committed to yourself, right? Hey, Heather, thanks for hopping on. And share this out, you guys, if you think it'll support your friends as well. So devotion, I fully commit to my values, my relationships, and God, and I'm clear about what to do next. So this is really committing to yourself, committing to your values, having boundaries in relationships, perhaps speaking your truth in relationships with others, really committing to yourself and your values, right? And extending that in lovingly asserting yourself in your relationships with other people as well, so that you can have them treat you in a way that feels that's valuing you, right? That's really valuing you. But we have to value ourselves first. And so we do that through our boundaries, we do that through our authentic communication, and we do that just to making the commitment to loving ourselves and to really committing to those things, to your purpose work, if you're feeling called to that really fill you up, that are most important to you. And then people will come into your life that match that. Oh, that's funny, you guys. I'm on fire today, I think, because the next card is boundaries. So boundaries, it says, I'm clear and honest with others about my expectations. And all these are face down. I'm only flipping them as I go, right? So it's really, that's an important key because it's come out twice now. So really having your boundaries with others, like we allow ourselves to be treated a certain way, right? And so if we lovingly, you can still be like gentle and powerful. You can still be lovingly assertive in how you say what it is, but still expect a certain, require a certain level of respect back. And sometimes it's harder to do the more you care, like in a relationship. Sometimes we unconsciously tend to shrink. We sometimes let things go, slide a little bit more than maybe we should, because you're afraid of like offending the person or losing the person, especially if you're like dating or something like that. That's new, but it's really important to set that precedence right in the beginning. And when you do that, if the wrong people will leave and the right people will come in and raise up and respect that, right? And that's really important. And the last card is love. It says, love is the answer to all of my questions. So it kind of circles back to our first card of forgiveness. For those of you hopping on late, I put a free forgiveness freebie in the links here with a 4-step process and a guided healing meditation with Archangel Michael, because healing and opening up to love is really the answer, right, to everything. It's like love or fear. What are we going to choose? And so really choosing to love is important, and loving yourself first is going to, again, the more that you love yourself is the same value that, somebody's going to give to you. And so really opening that heart with the forgiveness work is super, super key. I was feeling that all weekend. And it was funny because I started talking about that in the beginning of this video, and then I shuffled the cards and pulled them out, and that was our first card. So that's clearly a message to pay attention to. And right now it's a great time because we are in a Mercury retrograde just for a few more days until the 6th on Thursday. And so it's an internal reflective time. I went to Carmel recently by myself, and it was like a 5-day little spiritual retreat situation I ended up with. I was at my friend's house, but anyway, she was out of town. So I had, myself in the beach basically, which was perfect. And I had been avoiding writing these letters. Like I knew, it's like I worked a lot of the energy, again, your mom, your dad, yourself, God, money, ex relationships. I mean, there's just a million things to do, right? And there's always deeper layers of healing that inner child stuff as well, and releasing yourself of guilt or whatever you did and didn't do, or whatever anybody did or didn't do in a relationship with you, right? Is really, really going to yield in more blessings. So I literally sat on the beach and I wrote out like 12 of these letters like I have in that freebie, and walked myself through that process. And it was a very powerful releasing for sure, right? And I've done this work a lot, but there's always more. And it really opened my heart up immediately. Money flowed in easier, love came, like my ability to feel my heart more came in, especially. So it really yields blessings very quickly. And overall, it's just going to help you align with your highest path and have that devotion to yourself and to your purpose work, and to, what it is you desire and deserve, right? So yeah, that's a lovely reading. So thank you guys for joining me again. Check out the freebie in there, the forgiveness freebie. Share this out if you feel valuable to help support anybody else, especially the holidays bring up a lot for people as well. And then also you can feel free to ask to join if you want to join my group, my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group. It's a private group, and I do more trainings, more in-depth, trainings and clearings and things like that, and readings within that private community. So I think we'll be definitely doing something on Wednesday and Friday for the new moon. So thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful week. Bye.